Christian who craves the approval of people more than the approval of God. Secondly, a lukewarm Christian rarely shares their faith. They're rarely sharing the goodness of God with other people. Why? So many reasons. We don't want to be weird. We don't want to be rejected. We don't want to offend people. Honestly, I would argue at the heart of it is because we don't really believe that the power of the gospel transforms lives. Because if we really believe this, then we would get over our fears and we would pray every day that God would help us to share our faith so that we would have the fullness of everything that Christ wants us to have, and yet we don't do it. And Jesus was really clear about this. He said, if you confess me before my Father in heaven, you confess me before men on earth, I will confess you before my Father in heaven. But if you do not confess me before people on earth, I will not confess you before my Father in heaven. Lukewarm Christians rarely share their faith.
Catholics, if you are still with me and still watching this, there is something that you need to know. People who are not Catholic, their number one comment about Catholics is that they just go through the motions and they aren't really living out of a love for Jesus. That they just go to Mass on Sundays and they check off the box of going to confession. But other than that, they don't talk about Jesus. They don't share the gospel. They don't live their life as if God is the center of their life. Now, of course, there are many Catholics who do this, and there are many Catholics who are living super holy lives and love the Lord, and they share it with the people who are closest with them. But even those people who are living those holy lives and doing all of those things and loving Jesus, sometimes they get camera shy and aren't sharing it with people who aren't Catholic. Like, they're talking about the beauty of the Eucharist. They're talking about the beauty of the church and of Mass with other Catholics. And that's great. That's something we want to foster. But people didn't talk to me as a Christian about the Mass or about the Eucharist or anything like that before I became like in Catholic circles and with other people, and I wish they would have. I wish more Catholics would have reached out to me as an evangelical and said to me, do you know what the Catholic Church teaches about the Mass or the Eucharist or intercession of saints? I would have wanted to know. I would have wanted to talk about it. And I wish they would have. And so I just want to encourage my Catholic viewers that you should feel confident to be more open with your faith, because it is life-giving. It is the church of our Lord. And those ideas we shouldn't hide under a bushel, right? We need to shine that into the world because it's going to transform the world.